let's talk about a powerful and kind of invisible skill that really it governs almost all of our interactions. It's like a secret art form, you know? It's perfected on the stage, but it's practiced by all of us every single day. We're talking about the art of adaptation.
So let me just ask you this. What's the real secret to being persuasive? I mean, how do you get someone to not just hear your words, but to actually believe you, to feel what you're feeling, and maybe even act on it? Well, the answer, believe it or not, is hidden in a story from an old acting class.
Okay, picture this. You're in an acting class. The director turns to a student, a guy named Vanya, and gives him a challenge. He's got to get out of class early. The catch? He has to trick everyone, not just the director, but every single one of his classmates into letting him go. So, how would you even do that? Well, here's Vanya's game plan. First, he starts acting kind of down, a little sick. Then he tries to be playful, does a few little jumps, and bam, he trips. A piercing scream just fills the room. His face is this mask of pure agony. And when his classmates rush over to help, he yanks his leg away, won't let a single person touch it. Now, this is the amazing part. His performance is so convincing, so incredibly detailed, that everyone in the room starts to wonder. Even the director is looking around, silently asking, wait, is this real? Or is he fooling us? That line between what's real and what's a performance, it's just gone.
So just as they're about to carry him off the stage, Vanya leaps to his feet. He starts doing this fast little dance and just erupts in laughter. He did it. He completely, 100% fooled every single person. The whole class just breaks out in an ovation. He didn't just act, he nailed his objective.
And that right there, that brilliant little trick, it perfectly illustrates our big idea for today. Adaptation. The director explains that what Vanya just pulled off was a masterclass in it. Adaptation is all the stuff we do, both inside our heads and with our bodies, to adjust to other people so we can get what we want, or, as he calls it, affect an object. But look, adaptation isn't just about deception. It's not just about tricking people like Vanya did. It's this huge, versatile toolkit. You can use it to express your deepest inner feelings or just to get someone's attention. You can use it to kind of prep someone to hear what you have to say, to send these invisible messages that words just can't carry. Or you can do the complete opposite and use it to hide what you're really feeling. It's got endless uses. The director in the story puts it so well. He says that when we're really trying to connect with each other, words just aren't enough. It's the feelings, the adaptations, the gestures, the tone of voice, the look in your eye. They're what fill in all the blanks left by words. They finish the sentence.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, got it. To be effective, I have to be big and loud and dramatic like Vanya. But that's not it at all. The director makes it super clear that it's not about how much you adapt, it's about the quality of the adaptation. In fact, sometimes a totally different style can be way more powerful. Think about it like this. On one hand, you've got Vanya's style, bold, vivid, completely external. You could see everything he was doing. But then there's another student, Sonia. Her style was the total opposite, exquisite, super fine-grained, and almost entirely internal. So the class was stuck doing this super boring exercise, and Sonia wanted out. She didn't throw a fake tantrum. Instead, she used this quiet internal struggle. She would blush, she couldn't quite get her words out, she let out this little joyless laugh. And through these tiny, subtle, but really persuasive adaptations, she got the director to back down and cancel the whole thing. A completely different method, but guess what? It worked perfectly. Okay, so we've established that adaptation is this incredibly powerful tool for getting things done, for persuading people. But like with any powerful tool, there's a huge risk. There's a dangerous temptation that can basically wreck the whole thing. The director asks Vanya to try this same exercise again. Feign an illness to get out of class. But this time, it all goes wrong. Vanya tries to be even bigger, even more dramatic than before. But the class, they're not buying it. They just start laughing at his over-the-top stunts. So what happened? What was the difference? Vanya fell into the audience trap. See, the first time, his objective was to convince the director. He adapted all his actions to him. The second time, the moment he heard that first laugh from the class, his objective switched. He started adapting to the audience, just trying to make them laugh even more. The director just nails the diagnosis here.
He says Vanya's adaptations, his means, they became false. They weren't tools to help him achieve his goal anymore. No, they became the goal itself. He was just doing stunts for the sake of doing stunts, and they lost all their meaning, all their power.
The book uses this perfect analogy. It's like, imagine you're with your partner, but you spot a rival across the street. Instead of whispering something sweet and meaningful to the person right beside you, you start shouting, "I love you," at the top of your lungs, just to show off. The action is aimed at the wrong target for the wrong reason, and it just becomes ridiculous. That's exactly what Vanya did.
And look, this is not just some acting lesson. This principle applies to everything, on stage or off. It is exactly the same. In every conversation, every meeting, every single interaction we have, we are constantly adjusting to each other, to our circumstances, and to whatever it is we're trying to accomplish.
Just think about it for a second. The way you talk to your boss is totally different from how you talk to your best friend, right? The tone you use when you're asking for a favor is not the same tone you use to give an order. We make this infinite number of tiny little adjustments, sometimes consciously, sometimes without even thinking about it, all day, every day.
So here's the real takeaway. To be truly effective, to be truly persuasive, your adaptations have to serve your real objective, and they have to be aimed at the right person. They're the tools, they're not the main event. So that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. The next time you have a really clear objective in any part of your life, how will you adapt?